This week on Sundays with Sully, we are talking gift ideas for this holiday season for the boater on your list. Let's go check it out. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sundays with Sully. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below to stay up to date and in the know, the latest happenings in the marine industry. And if you like the video, make sure to share it with a friend. Let them know about Sundays with Sully and new episodes that drop, like most Sundays at 10 a.m. We miss a couple here and there, but most Sundays, 10 a.m., new episode drops. So, as we said in the intro, guys, this is the holiday gift giving guide. So whether you celebrate Happy Honda Days, Toyota-thon, Merry Christmas, Festivus, whatever it is, we've got the gift guide for you. Well, maybe not Festivus. That's an episode for a later date. But let's talk gift guides for the boater on your list. They're always hard to shop for, and we've got some little upgrades and things depending on what your budget is. It runs a wide gamut here, but we're going to run them down, and there's going to be kind of a tie-in thread here that we've done videos on most of these, so if you want to learn more about it, you can find it in a previous episode of Sundays with Sully. All right, guys, so the first thing on that list is vessel monitoring. There's a lot of systems out there. If you have a do-it-yourselfer on your list, look at the Lock Marine. We've done a video on it where I went down and personally installed it on board a boat in a Saturday afternoon. You can grab a couple cocktails, simple hand tools, and you can install this onto your boat, and you will get shore power, high water, bilge pump, entry door, and geolocation all on this, and it's $580. Maybe there's going to be some Black Friday deals or something, but that's roughly the ballpark price you're going to be paying, and you get usually an insurance break on that because now you're able to keep tabs on your boat, know where it is at all times, status of the batteries, and the bilge pump. So those are all key things there that are really, really good. Talking about the boat, being on board the boat, who doesn't love having good tunes while they're on board? The single simplest upgrade you can do for your boat with a stereo system is upgrading your speakers. Marine environment, if you get 3 to 5 years out of a speaker, you're doing great. Between the sun and the salt, it takes a massive beating. So, to that end, couple of speaker options you guys can do. 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we did the brand new Fusion Apollo speakers. You can get those in a 6.5, and that's going to be right around $550. Or you can step up if you have the room. I highly recommend it, to the 7.7-inch speaker. Just going up that extra inch in size is a very noticeable difference in sound quality on board the boat, and those are going to be $649. Now, if you really want to get that nice, clean, crisp sound, you can step up to a JL-M6 speaker. You can add about $100 to both of those price points right there for the M6 speakers. And you can also do LED lighting with those and get a little bit of a light show into the mix as well. Now, let's just say, hey, you know what? I got great speakers. Thinking about adding a sub into the mix. Again, we can do a Fusion Apollo 10-inch sub. That's coming in right around $450. A JL M6 is going to come in right under $500. And again, pricing may vary. Maybe there's some holiday sales, but that is a great add-on. However, if you are doing that add-on, you are most likely going to need an amp added into the mix. Now, if you are lucky enough to have the Fusion Apollo stereo, you can go with something like a Fusion Apollo 6-channel amp. It's going to allow you to do 4 regular speakers, and then you can bridge out the last 2 to power that sub, and you can set that all up via the app on your phone. No tuning required. It's all done via DSP on your phone through the head unit, all taken care of. EQ and all that stuff is dialed in. If you don't have an Apollo stereo, or you're looking to go a little old school, our tried and true, I've been using it for years, is the Signature 5-channel amp. That's a 4-channel at a set power, and it has a higher power for that 5th channel specifically for a sub. It's just a really great add-on to do an audio upgrade on a boat and not be into it for a ton of money. So, we talked about stereos, we talked about amps, we've talked about keeping tabs on your boat. Well, what about lighting coming in? You want to extend your boating season, you want to be out later at night. We are a big fan of light bars here, and you can do, Lumishore has a whole range. Those are a dual row light. We've done some videos on those and how bright they are, and they go, I think, from 20 inch to 50 inch, and they run the gamut in price point, very bright. But what if you don't want that aesthetic for your boat? Black Oak makes a low profile light, and it actually has shims in it, so you can mount it on your boat. You can tilt it up, tilt it down to make sure it's matching what you want for your needs. And that's going to come in at right around, I believe, $800. Again, mileage is going to vary on all these prices, guys. I don't know when you're watching it. There might be a Black Friday deal, or prices might go up next year. Who knows? Today, that's the price in 2024. Now, talked about that. One other thing on the light front. Maybe you want to add underwater lights. Up until now, the threshold to go to a full RGB light from Lumishore has been a tall price of entry because you've needed a Lumalink to end up controlling your lights. Now, with the Eclipse lighting system, it does full RGB light control and everything via the MFD, and you can do a pair of the SMX 94 underwater lights. So those are going to be about 1,000 lumen less than the 154s we do on all of our installs. So still plenty bright. And you're able to have 3 zones of that Eclipse center, so you can expand upon this down the road. But for a little under $1,800, you can get 2 of those lights and the command center all set up, and you've got the RGB lighting on your boat, and you get the color modes, and you can go ahead and change all of those things. So it's a really cool thing, and that price point has come way down by going with that Eclipse lighting package. Now, say, hey, Sully, I'm not into lighting. You know what? Look at an MSC10. That is a sat compass. We've done another episode of Sundays with Sully on that. Now, not only is that going to give us exact precision, heading, and location of where we are with the multiple GPS antennas inside of it, if you tie that into an XSV unit, you tie that into a GSD28, you are going to get true bottom reading on your sonar, because now we have heave compensation built into it. We know of the pitch and the roll of the boat. As long as that's all tied in and set up, we now have a true reading of what that bottom looks like. Then, if we're going to talk about that, the big ticket item on this one that I think is going to be huge on a lot of our installs, we go back and look at this video in a year, I think we're going to see a lot more people going this route. That is the Garmin PS70 transducer. We did a video of that off of Newport on our reef runner. That's that amazing 110-degree beam angle, does bottom mapping. It's good to down to about 1,000 feet of water, so we have our traditional sonar with it and everything. It is a big transducer. You're either going to need to pocket mount it or get the fairing block. It is not an inexpensive transducer at $5,000. The performance you get out of it, especially when you tie that into the SAT compass, is absolutely amazing. And if you have a non-XSV unit, maybe you've got those new 9200s, this is network. You plug it in, you don't need a sounder. So it's just a really great option to do there and really harness and see what is under your boat between the mapping, between the fish finding, and everything else. So that was a lot, guys, but if you hung around this long, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, share it with your friends. Maybe you need to drop a hint for a gift idea for somebody looking to buy for you. Share this video with them and tell them what it is you're looking for off that list. And if I missed something you think's worth noting on here, leave it down below. And I think I'm going to go find a poll and see if I can go air the grievances, Festivus, and I'll see you guys next week with something good. Peace.
But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.